Hi guys, Killer here, and today we're gonna review some Titan set from 2007. So this time it's gonna be one of the 3 Titans released as part of the Wave 2. I know there were at least 5 Titans released in the Wave 2, but 2 of them were kind of like a special edition. So I'm speaking of course of the 3 one like Gadunka, Maxios in Spinax, and Hydroaxon, and this time I'm gonna review the way so Gadunka, which in fact was a small Hawaii at first, but it was changed like that by the Inika, the Mask of Life, to be his guardian or protector, I think. So here we go with the box. So as you can see, the background is the same as the second wave, so you find the little circle-shaped visor stuff. Also you have the condition edge, you have Gadunka with nice pictures and some lava white ears, I think, behind it. Not know if it's a female or male anyway. So that's quite all, I think. You also may notice that Bionicle don't take as much price as before, because remember the 2004 box, it was like quite a Bionicle in big at the top of it, but not this time. So anyway, we're gonna look on the side. So it's all the metallic look like of the Titan box. So with the logo of Maui Nui, the underwater city. And yeah, you got all this robotic and metallic stuff right here, so kind of like some industrial design, if I can say so. All the part of the box, and apart from information, it doesn't show anything anyway. So yeah, we're gonna look at the back. So there is only a few gimmicks, so it's just show you the set in the front pictures, kind of like the Toa Maui. So some front pictures, so the fact that his head is glow in the dark, and also some stuff with his hands or claws, if I can say so, which can be closed by the fact that they are put on some ball joints. So in fact it's really simple. And of course the squid launcher, it's kind of I think they weren't really forced to put this on, because the two other I've Kodak launcher, and it's kind of nice on them, but I mean it's a YE, even if it's an intelligent YE, I think it doesn't have to got some squid launcher. But anyway, they decided to put it in, so we're gonna talk about this later. And then of course the same stuff, of course you got all the cycle stuff, and as you can see on this 2 cycle you got on these 2 little box, if I can say so, space, you got the Voyami Maui Nui logo, which was also featured in the Toa Maui canister. And then we got the 2 other Titans released, so Maxios and Spinax and Hydroaxon. Or can I say Warrior, because they were called Warrior, and for me the real Titans here is Maxios and Spinax, because he brings some new build techniques. He's taller than the other guy, I think, and also as you can see he's got some Spinax with him some way. So yeah, but I do not own this set, but I still see him in at some friend's house. And you also got Hydroaxon. I do not own him either, but he seems a nice guy, even if he doesn't have any new parts apart from the mask, maybe. So that was the box, so kind of a nice box, I think. I especially like the industrial stuff, the robotic mechanical stuff on the side. I think they do quite nice, and I also like how the visor shaped stuff like that in the circle form. It's really nice. So I think that's just my personal taste, but I think that's quite good. So this time there is no combination between the Titan set, or at least I don't know them. So in fact they don't show you any of them in the instruction booklet, and even if they don't redirect you to Bionicle.com, like for example the 2006 Titan, remember for Botar, the combination between Axon and Butaka, they still mention it, but say you got to go on Bionicle.com to find the instruction for it. So anyway, it's show you how to work to make work your squid launcher, the parts list right here. Then some ads for all 3 Titan sets, for the playset, which were the last, in fact, because they were used in 2008. We don't have a 2008 playset. That's not a big loss for me personally, because I don't really, I just buy some of 2005, 2006, but it's not really that my cup of tea, if I can say so. It's not really that interesting for me. And then some Bionicle.com ad. Excuse me. And I think that's quite all for the instruction booklet. So again, we're gonna talk about the set and how it's made. So of course by big block of parts. So we're gonna talk about the body part right now, because as you can see it's a YE, it's also kind of original, and also for those who want to know the color chain, it's normal blue, so blue like this, dark blue. We got also some black, I think, some silver of course, and some red for the kind of I don't have the name for this. Kind of look like okay. I think I'm gonna search my dictionary. So yeah, it's kind of an original Titan set because it's a way first, and also it got a totally new body frame, which is kind of like the Vision, the Fenwak frame. Not really in shape, in terms of shape, because it's a totally different shape, but because it used most of the same parts. It's a kind of use the same parts, so yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, it's a colored tongue anyway. So, yeah, so kind of look to make the tongue right here with the wet part. And I think that's quite so yeah. Why it's similar to Fenwak? Because it's also used tons of body frame. This time it's not the Unica frame, but it's used as it's not the Bionicle frame, but instead the Unica frame right here. So you got three of them, as you can see. So it's put in some form, and it's all linked. It's all linked, of course, with some technic beams. So yeah, classic. And as you can see, it's like in fact. Fenwak, it's because we will have to use all of this ball joint. We need tons of ball joints, so we need 2 per leg. So here it is. We got 1 for the arms. As you can clearly see here, it's used some lower arm of the Ordica series. So this time in normal blue, it was used of course in dark blue before with Nokama Ordica. So we got 2 of them, and also to cover the body parts, we got some Metron armor. And that's quite all. The squid are put on the back, so it's okay in my opinion. And as you can see, we will also need some 2 ball joint right here to put the neck and the rest of the head. So I'm not gonna put this stuff because you can maybe see it's cracked on here, so I don't really want to break it anyway. So you're supposed in fact to build this like that and then close up this stuff, and here we go, you have made Gadunka, or at least the so it's quite nice. So we're gonna talk about it right now. So here is kind of the part of the neck, so it's made with 2 double long connector in blue, and then we got the head. So the head is made in fact into 2 parts, so it's also kind of like Fenwak. So this time we're gonna use, as you can see, it's kind of hard to show you clearly what it's supposed to be. So anyway, here you can see these 2 parts are the Ordica neck linked to the double connector I showed you earlier. Then on these 2 parts we're gonna put some long axle, on which we're gonna put, as you can see on the side, 2 connectors. On the connector we're gonna put these parts right here, which will be useful to link these black parts, and which will be useful to link the eyes, and also this big head part, which is glow in the dark, as shown earlier. And you can see the eyes are pretty simple because in fact they are the baroque, some transparent green baroque eyes right here. And then also it will be useful. There are some axle all right here in the mold of the head right here, which will be useful to put the upper part of the teeth right here, so which are made with some elec spine, so it's the same as Piwaka but without the head of course, and it's the same spine as stock for those who really want to know from which is it's taken. So this time it's in silver, it was used in light blue in Nocturne, in light green in elec. And you got 2 of them, of course, so it's on the lower part of the teeth. So to make this one, we're gonna have to use some old school holder arms right here. Then put on some axle and stuff like that to make the basic of the lower teeth. Then just put this like the other spine right here, and then on this technique beam really useful, we're gonna put this part, which is in fact an Akan fit, so in fact just a Piwaka fit, the one with flows. As you can see, it got the same dark metal fit, so nothing really new right here. And there we go, we have made the teeth. So in fact, it's the head, excuse me. So in fact, it's really a quite imaginative build, in my opinion, because you don't really know how to, you're supposed to pause that, and then it shows you to close this like that. So yeah, I think they do a nice job this time, because, and you can clearly see the evolution with the old Titan set, because if we were like in 2009 1 or 3 or even 4 is that we have used tons of technique beams, I think tons of technique beams to have kind of the same results, and this time they use tons of ball joints. So yeah, we're clearly from 2006 and in 2007 we clearly enter in the ball joint generation, if I can call this the action figure generation, or we used, as you can clearly see, only simple parts in fact, because as you can see, to make this we just have to use some double long connector, and I'm sure in 2004 it will have taken like 5 technique beams or stuff like that. So no, well, it's simple, and you can clearly see the evolution within the Titan set with Gadunka and its technique of build. It's really nice. It works well. And we're gonna talk about the arms. So it's really simple in fact, because the arms are simple but the hands are not really. So here's the left one, excuse me. So in fact it's just a double long connectors and some Kalma armor right there, so the Kalma shoulder or shoulder pad also it's used as a knee cover. So anyway, this time it's put like that, but of course it's a Bionicle armor part, so it can be put like that also, but this time it's on the double long connector, which is in black. Then we got some wax shell in dark blue, but it was also released in Budaka, so nothing really new. And then we have the main interesting part of the one of the interesting part of the Titan set, the arms, the claws, which are articulated. In fact, it's really simple, of course, because it just used some new 2006 ball joint. It puts on this axle right there, and here we go. You have 2 articulated claws, which are made with some Marutoran's dagger right here, so you can close them. This one doesn't move at all. So yeah, it's kind of okay, but because of the Bionicle launcher on this one, you're supposed to just do something like that. And of course, yeah, the second one doesn't have this problem, so we can move in every direction. It's nice. So we're gonna put this on the blue one right here, so not the light blue one. And that's quite alright, yeah. So we have all the upper part made right now, and we're gonna talk about the legs. So the legs, in fact, here they are. So as you can clearly see, they are kind of complicated. So it's not like your average leg with just one double long connector this time. So it's more like kind of a real Titan, if I can say so. So I'm just gonna put off this part to try to explain you how it works. So also, it's not like a normal Titan because it does not rely on the Titan connectors this time, but just on 2 normal connectors. And we're gonna link these 2 normal connectors with this blue part right here, which will also be useful to link the suspension part, as you can see with this axle, this one right here, I'll show you. And then it will also be useful to put some other part like this one. This I think you can. Oh no, you can't. This black part, which will be useful to link some Ordica neck, and to prevent the Ordica neck right here to fall off, for example, behind, they put, as you can see, some other part right here, some L-shaped part, which block, as you can clearly see, the neck part. You can't make this, you can't put this because it's here, and it's not on this side. So yeah, I think they quite do a nice job with this this stuff. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I think that's quite all they have to say on this part of the legs. And also, yeah, also there's some parts right here, which is linked with this blue part, to, I think, to make the build more solid. So just let me check 2 seconds how you're supposed to put this back on, okay. And then to fill kind of the hole right here with the technique beam to hide it, we're gonna add this Inika shoulder armor in blue. So it was released with Ali Maui, so nothing really new. And then we got this part, which is just a vacuum leg again. And also you can clearly see, so it does not really try to do something interesting with the feet, because it's just your average Piraka feet in silver color. Of course, as you can see, it's the one with 2 toes. So yeah, now it's kind of like Nocturne. In fact, it's just the same stuff. So of course, you got the second connector right here to finish the build of the suspension part. And that's all for the legs. So the upper part is quite nice, but all the lower part is pretty simple and not really that inspired. So we're gonna add, of course, this on the tubal joint. So it's kind of like Vision and Fenwick or Kikanalo with in 2004. It used tubal joint on the legs to make it more solid. It will also be used on some other Titan set, I think, like Takanova, for example, but in some kind of other way. Of course, the Takanova of 2008, not the one of 2003, which is just a kind of a Toa Nuva wannabe. Yeah, it is. And just part of this right here. And yeah, of course, I'm gonna put this in some normal way. And that's all. So I'm just gonna do a little turnaround of this set. So as you can see, it's pretty huge and wide, but of course pretty small also in terms of height because it just reached this this point. And yeah, so that's quite all. So what about the articulation on this set? So you can turn this like that. Of course, it's kind of blocked on the legs, so you can turn this kind of all the way you want. There is no really any problem with that. Of course, this part blocked at 90 degrees because of all the parts is put on the set, and also because of this part right here, so at 90 degrees. Then of course the ends are pretty well articulated, that is the close, so you can turn this like that or make him like open. So it's okay, you won't have fun with that like for 1 hour, but still it's kind of nice to have this type of part, so you can, for example, take Toa's head or Baraki's head into this close and close him. So I think you can still have some fun with that, but that's not really that revolutionary. But still, it's I think in all the arms are pretty well articulated, apart from the 90 degrees angle stuff. The head, of course, cannot really turn. It can just look up or down, maybe. You can make it kind of like turn like this on the side sometime with the connectors, which the connector allows. But apart from that, it's kind of limited. But still, you can make some variation. It's not like it just like this and it can't move. Of course, you can open the mouth right here. Oh, excuse me, the jaw. Oh, okay. It breaks, but usually it don't break. So you can really make it open wide. So that's, yeah, so it's nice also. So the head is also okay. It's not that revolutionary, but it's still okay. And then we're gonna talk about the leg. So of course you can turn this in some way. Of course this connector follows the movement. It does not really block any of the movement. As you can see, you can do stuff like that, for example. And on this part, it blocks at 90 degrees, of course, because of all of this part, this blue part right here. So, and you can also move the feet right there. So, yeah, in fact, also, again, it's kind of nice. I think this part really is useful, I think, to make it more solid and to not make him fall off because of the weight on the head part, maybe. And to, of course, contribute to the overall design, which make Gadunka really a white Titan, really a big one. And I think that's quite all. Yes, it's nice, nice pose right here. We got right here. So just gonna open his close. And yeah, of course, just a little reminder for those who don't know how to launch a squid. So you got your squid launcher right here, which is just a plastic part with some soft plastic part in it. Then you put your squid, which is just the squid, so a really nicely done projectile, and then you launch it. So it really works well. So it depends on if it's your first try or not, because if it's your first try, you might fail to launch it correctly, but then you will get used to it. So yeah. And that's quite all. So yeah, what I have to say. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do a sum up of the set right now. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the so excuse me. So what's to like, not to like? So what's not to like on this set? So personally, I don't find really something really annoying this set, apart of course from the limited articulation stuff here and there, for example on the arms, on the legs maybe, and stuff like that. Also some may complain about the body, which takes like 5 minutes to build anyway. Even if it's more original, it's still takes not really a long time to build all these big blocky parts, all this big Inica frame together. So it's kind of simple. And also the part. No, I think no. Seriously, I don't have any drawback, but I don't really have any pros also. So I think that for the pros also, first of all, it's Hawaii, so it's kind of nice to have some diversity in the Titan set. But I think that Lego really never really give up on their Hawaii set, because remember in 2001 they were just Hawaii. In 2002 we got the Baroque Mother, which weren't really Hawaii at all, but still. They kind of look like Hawaii. They were packed as 2 in the set. In 2003, we got 2 of them. In 2004, we got Kanalo. In 2005, they say that Kitangu is one intelligent Hawaii, but for me, it's just like 2-leg double Titan. So for me, it's not really a Hawaii, even if in the storyline it is. So we can just pass on 2005. In 2006, we got Fenwak, and then in 2007, you got Gadunka. So we still have some Hawaii everywhere in the series. So yeah, for those who like the Hawaiis, I think it's a must-have set, of course, because you don't have that much, of course, nowadays, because it's all about vehicles often. So yeah, for those who like Hawaii, I think this is a good set. So yeah, first of all, it's pretty unique for the fact it's a Hawaii. Also the frame itself. So for those who want to try some new frame, I think that's a nice idea, even if it's really simple. But still, it's a nice new frame. New technique build, of course, with the head, also with the head structure. So I think that overall, all the technique builds in this set are pretty interesting and pretty nice. So the body, the head, and also this part of the legs are pretty interesting to build. And also the hands can be reused to have some more articulated claws in your Titan or canister set. Mox, excuse me. So in fact, yeah, interesting technique builds. The color scheme is okay. It's not really revolutionary. I think the 2 blue make well together. I think they are quite nice. And the parts pack, yeah, I don't know really why, but yeah, you got tons of this parts. You got tons also of blue parts, so it's not really new or recolored parts because most of them were already released before. But for those who like blue parts, I think it can be a really nice set. And I think that this part may, I do not think it was just released in this set. Maybe not, maybe yes. I don't remember exactly, but it's a nice part, this one, for those who want to build some Hawaii and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that the color scheme is quite nice for those who like to have, and the parts also are quite nice for those who want blues and some silver Maritime dagger. But apart from that, yeah, it's not revolutionary at all. So in fact, this set has got some nice technique build. It's not that revolutionary because it still has some articulation flows and stuff like that, but yeah, it's still interesting in fact that it's a unique Hawaii set, and also it has some interesting technique builds, and it will, and I think that people who like to have some tons of blue parts, stuff like that, will be happy with this set. So personally, I'm not really fond of this one. Don't ask me why. I still think it's an impressive way with a wide head and stuff like that, with a wide big legs and stuff and big jaw. It's really impressive. It's really a well done design, a simple one but really efficient one. But I don't know. It's not really maybe it's not really my cup of tea. I don't know, but I think that in an objective way, apart from some flaws here and there, and the fact that maybe it's not that revolutionary Titan wire set, excuse me, is quite nice. So yeah, if you like Hawaii, if you like to know some more interesting technique builds, and you don't really want to just go on Lego.com and find the instruction booklet, so yeah, maybe it will be a nice set for you. And of course, if you like Hawaii, I really advise you to get this set because I think this is really a nice Hawaii in comparison to the other. So yeah, that was my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you later for another Bionicle video review. Bye bye.